Okay, thank you, time, and good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to everybody to the AVEVA Academic Digital Transformation webinar, which is hosted by Lunadec Global Services and also AVEVA. My name is Buchuku, and I'll be your co-moderator for today's section. Firstly, we are absolutely delighted to have everyone here. Whether you're joining us from Lagos, you're joining from Abuja, or anywhere across Africa or beyond, we're very excited having you here. Before we dive into this event, very quick housekeeping notes. First is that please, every participant should mute their microphone unless you're invited to speak. You can use the chat box at any time to share. Kindly also note that there will be a poll that will be shared by the team, and I'm going to notify you when that will be done. So please ensure to participate. Thirdly, is we're going to be having a Q&A section that will be shared by the team. There will be an icon that will be shared, so it will be shared by the team. Then also, for every question or every feedback that you want to give as a participant, kindly state your name, and also we also want to add that you also state your organization if you are working with a company. Then also you can also state your location. But if you're a student, just indicate that you're a student. And secondly, is you're very free to drop comments in the section comment box. So you can drop that, you can drop your feedback, and also you can give your remarks. I also want to highlight that this webinar is being recorded. So we're doing it for the purpose of replay and also for the purpose of follow-up. So also, just to add that this webinar is a series, so we're still going to have other ones coming up tomorrow and the next. So for us, this is a very critical vision, and Lunadec and AVEVA is piloting this to make sure that we tend to support the local development of talent, especially within the university and also professionals within Nigeria. So the vision is to bridge the gap between the industry and the academia to develop local talent for global opportunities. So for us, we believe strongly in computer development as a business, and we've been in business for a very long time, over 30 plus years. And we've been able to train and empower over 5,000 engineers, 100,000 in STEM talent, and over 10,000 in tech talent. So we've been doing that in collaboration with a lot of partners, global partners, local partners, and we've really had very successful stories. For us, as a business, we believe strongly that bringing AVEVA as our partner to collaborate in this webinar is also for us giving back to our community. And we believe strongly that when young engineers, active engineers, or practicing engineers, and also teachers or lecturers can be able to understand the AVEVA solution very well, it will be much easier for us to be able to engage with the industry. So AVEVA is a very strong leader in industrial softwares, driving digital transformation and sustainability. And also AVEVA has a comprehensive software portfolio that enables more than 20,000 plus industrial enterprises. Of course, the engineer and the software, the organization has played in a lot of sectors, from the chemical industry to the maritime industry, to the power sector, to manufacturing, to mining, and also infrastructure. And I can tell you that the software is doing a lot. The AVEVA solution is doing a lot. And I strongly also believe that the best opportunity for young engineers, those that are very, very interested in developing their skill sets, able to adopt and using the solution for the future. So I will be introducing the moderator for this engagement, and moderators and speakers for this engagement. I have on the call Dr. Ibilola Ambo. So I'm going to do a little bit of the reading of her profile, not just a brief. So it's for us to get it. She's the principal consultant of LUNAC. So Dr. Ibilola Ambo is a distinguished Nigerian British engineer and an entrepreneur, a STEM advocate, serving as a principal consultant of LUNAC Global Services, a multi-award winning woman-owned engineering, technology, and information management firm operating across Africa, Europe, Middle East, and UK. She holds a first-class honor degree in civil and structural engineering from Queen's Mary University, London, and a PhD in computer-aided design and drafting from the University of Brantford. Dr. Amao has also completed executive management program at top institutions, including Management Business School and others. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Amao leads LUNAC in delivering engineering technology solutions, digital transformation initiative, and human capital development programs across energy, power, infrastructure, manufacturing, oil and gas sector. Under her leadership, LUNAC has trained thousands of engineers and empowered over 100,000 STEM talent by fostering digital and professional skill development. She's a respected fellow of the Institute of Directors, Energy Institute, Nigerian Society of Engineers, and the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. Serve as international board and expert panel, including the Energy Institute and the Royal Academy of Engineering, UK African Judges panel. Dr. Amao is the co-founder of Women in Energy Network, and actively champions diversity, youth empowerment, and women's participation in STEM. Her contribution has aimed her numerous recognition, including Forbes African Rising STEM Award, C3 International Women of Distinction Award, We Connect Rise to the Challenge Award, and Fellowship with Vital Voices. I'm also going to introduce the next speaker for this webinar. I hope I pronounce her name very well. Permit me if I don't. Janine Kata. Hope I pronounce it very well, please. An experienced technical engineer working across SCADA systems, technical support, training, electric design, PLC programming, and HMI development. Background includes both engineering and instructional roles with expertise in AVEVA underwear technology, automation system, and electrical project design. Her experience providing technical support for industrial automation and SCADA software platform, delivering field engineering services, including troubleshooting, commissioning, and system diagnostic for industrial environment, conducting scientific certified training on SCADA platforms, including system platform, InTouch, HMI, OMI, and related industrial softwares, designing electrical installation, including earthing, power, lighting, low current systems, and panel board layouts, developing PLC programs and HMI interface for various automation projects. executing industrial electrical engineering projects involving cabling, PCL programming, SCADA configuration, and control panel construction. So let us, I'm going to say, let us with a clapping ovation, if that is possible. Let's welcome Jemina of AVEVA. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me stop you.
Hi, Ugu. Thanks for this introduction. So, shall I share?
Can you hear me? Hello, Jenny. Are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. While we wait for her to, I think she's having network issues, but while we wait for her to join, can you hear me, Janine? Can you hear me? Janine. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Okay, if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes,
We can hear you.
perfect.
Welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, I was wondering, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
So,
welcome.
I would like also like a confirmation if you can, because I'm scrolling now between the slides. So, can you also confirm that you are able to see?
Yes, I can see. I can see very
Excellent.
well.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
very much.
Welcome. All right, so we will be starting today our session, which is regarding the InTouch HMI software. Okay, so I will start. So what I'm gonna start with the agenda first. So first we're gonna have an overview. So for example, to say what InTouch is, why do we use it for, its benefits, etc. Then we're gonna go through the components of the software, the basic components. We're gonna discuss about the one of the most important parts of InTouch, which is the tag name dictionary. Then we're gonna discuss about the OI interface on how to connect InTouch to field devices or third-party controllers. Then we're gonna discuss more about industrial graphics. And finally, we're gonna have a small demo for InTouch together. All right, so let's start now with the first, which is the overview. So what InTouch is. So InTouch is a software that provides us with graphical visualization for operation management and control. It provides you with a very easy way to create your HMI applications that run on Microsoft operating systems. InTouch applications are used around the world in a variety of industries such as food, processing, semiconductors, oil and gas, automotive, pharmaceutical, pulp and paper, chemical, what else? Transportation. So yeah. So what are the key benefits of this software? It is it allows you to develop and operate applications quickly and efficiently. It allows device integration and connectivity. Here you can actually you're able to create your own visual representation and interaction that brings the right information to the right people at the right time. It displays resolution independent graphics and intelligent symbol to speed up your design. You can also create sophisticated scripting to extend and customize applications for specific needs. It also can create a real-time distributed alarming visualization with historical views for further analysis. It has a built-in real-time, real-time historical trending, but it also leverages the .NET control integration. What else does it do? It has a library of a vast library of industrial graphics. We're going to talk about that later. Not only industrial graphics, .NET controls, it has widgets, etc. We're going to take a quick look on that when we start our demo. Finally, it allows you to be able to view your application. So actually, usually you have a desktop application, and also it allows you to use or view your application in a web browser. All right, so guys, if you want to stop me and ask questions, maybe later, it would be better. But I'm not sure I will keep talking and talking, but you can interrupt me and maybe ask me something if you'd like to. Yeah. So, okay. So this was about the overview. Now we're going to start with the components. So InTouch, it's made up of 4 major components or software components. These components allow you to create and design and run your application. We start first with the application manager, then the InTouch window maker, the InTouch window viewer, and the InTouch web client. We're going to take a look, not a deep, but I mean a quick look on each of those components together now. All right. So, okay, so the first component is the application manager. So the application manager, it is used to manage tasks such as creating InTouch applications, deleting them, modifying their names, description, and even the path of your InTouch application. So whenever you open the application manager, it shows you a list of your current InTouch application. Once you have created an InTouch application, it should appear as a title in the application manager. From here, you can select an application from a list to open in either Window Maker or Window Viewer. So you can see at the top, there's a ribbon that has File, View, Tools, Help. So we're gonna go through each one of them, what it does quickly. So we have the File menu. File menu is the default ribbon menu. It has 5 groups of related commands, such as application, main, data, import, and view. What you can do is you can modify the application setting by using the commands such as create, you can duplicate, delete, open Window Maker or Windows Viewer, import, export, and many other features here you can do. We have the view menu. The view menu option is to change the view between list and title or details. It actually shows you the way those applications appear. You have the tools menu, which contains important application manager tools like the node properties. You can even configure OPC UA configuration because the InTouch also can act as a OPC UA server. You can also here find, and you can use the Insight Publisher. You can actually publish data to our cloud platform, which is called Insight. And the help menu here, the help menu allows you to access the InTouch help documentation, as well to check the version and the copyright version. So, so as you see here, the application manager is divided into 4 parts mainly. The ribbon bar, we just discussed that already. The application bar, here the second one, actually number 2. Here the application bar display shows tabs for InTouch, OMI, and web client. So the command on each menu item in the ribbon changes whenever you, based on the selected application type. So we have the application title to represent each application. And finally, we have the status bar, which shows the description message for the selected item. For example, in this example here, we have selected the new app, which is a newly created InTouch application, and you can see here on the fourth ribbon here, you can see the description of it. Okay. I'm going through this quickly because like in the demo, we have no time to explain these. So I gave you a quick definition of those. So in the demo, so we can go quicker in the demo together at the end. All right. The second component of InTouch is the Window Maker. Actually, this is where most of the engineering works takes place if you are engineers to develop your application here. Actually, the Window Maker, the second name for it, it's called the IDE, the development environment. So what's the main use of the Window Maker? It's used to help you create the operator interface or the graphical interface. It allows you to create windows of different types. For example, you have 2 major types of windows in InTouch, the frame window and the legacy window. And it allows you also to create graphics, to create tags. And these tags, you can connect them later to I/O devices or third-party controllers. It allows you to configure alarms, configure security. You can even here for particular tags, you can enable historization. So you can log your data to either a historian server, or you can log data as InTouch LGH storage files. Here also, using Window Maker, you can create scripts. Actually, the language used here is, I'm not sure if you are familiar with programming languages. We have, for example, C#, C++, but this is not the case here. Here we use a different language. It's called QuickScript. It is a built-in scripting language that is used to implement control logic. It also validates operator actions. So there are different types of scripts. For example, application scripts, data change scripts, and so on. And you can even, using scripts, you can even trigger alarms or messages to just maybe test. All right, so very nice here. And now we're done with the window maker. Okay. Oh, one more thing I forgot to say. It's the tools section here. So the tools section allows you to configure, for example, the behavior of Windows Viewer in runtime. So, for example, you can hide some menu items in runtime, because, for example, certain operators, you don't want them to be able to view some parts of the menu display. So it allows you to configure this. It allows you also to configure your home windows, for example. Okay, so that's it for the window maker. Let's jump. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So let's jump for the third component before the last one, which is the Windows viewer. So actually, what you're gonna say? Okay, what's window maker? What's Windows viewer? The window maker, what we discussed earlier, it is just for you to design your project. You can run it just to test it, because as an engineer, you need to test your project. But then this project or application should be deployed to an operator station where the operator work there. So usually if you check uh, check industries or in the field, you're going to see operator stations, and you're going to see an operating sitter sitting there controlling valves, checking the statuses of field components, etc. So the operator where he sits in control rooms, it's called they're going to be operating on actually the Windows viewer. It's the operator's interface, or else we call it here runtime. This is the real name for us here. So as mentioned, so InTouch Viewer is the runtime visualization application where users can view and control processes using a visual display that is full of animations. The Windows viewer, since it's the runtime component, this is the part that allows you to execute your scripts. It also creates an interface with the alarm manager, and also interfaces to create historical data. And so this is the interface with your storage system, in other words, you can say. So this is the Windows viewer is the one responsible for logging data to a historian if you want to log data. Okay, so it also allows you to connect to different types of drivers. We're going to discuss that later, drivers and their use, because actually Windows viewer should, at the end of the day, connect itself to third-party controllers, or those of you who are familiar with the word PLCs or programmable logic controllers, the Windows viewer connects to those. Okay, through drivers. So it doesn't directly connect to them, because you know that PLCs, they have their own protocol. So they need to go through something called access names. We're going to talk about that later. So yeah, pretty much that's it here for the Windows viewer. Let me mention something here quickly about Windows Viewer is that through the Windows Viewer, you can launch a very important tag testing tool called Tag Viewer. And this allows you to monitor what's going on the field. Okay. So, so Windows Viewer, for example, it's very beneficial. For example, if you have a 24-hour day monitoring, it can do that without the intervention of an operator if it's still running. Okay, so that's it for the Windows Viewer. Let's start with the fourth component, which is the web client. So the web client feature, it allows you to be able to see your application using a web browser. Actually, it needs to be an HTML5 supported web browser. And I mentioned earlier that an InTouch window maker, you can create windows. There are two types of windows, frame and legacy. So this feature only supports frame window. So you cannot use the legacy type of windows. But there's a method to convert from legacy to frame windows. Inside the window maker, you can do that. So basically here, in order to be able to use this feature, you need to enable it. There is a fast switch inside the window maker that allows you to do that. So the web client may also be started by clicking on that web client fast switch. So what happens there is that several things happen when this is done. When you click on that fast switch, it will allow you to start the InTouch iData service, which provides data and animations for the web client. And it also enables the InTouch web server. And the web server is responsible for converting application window to HTML5 and responds to web browser that are requesting access to the web client. And so the web client, you can see here in front of you an example. Here you can see a web client is just opened in a web browser. And you can see here you have the navigation. You can navigate through the application using the web browser, and you can also put some user input. So it also responds actually to your write operations. Actually, this is based on the type of license you have. It's either read only or read write. So to be able to write, you need to have the correct license there. Okay. I think that's it pretty much for the web client. Okay. 1 second, guys. Just 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that. I'm still here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the tag name dictionary, which is the most important part, because I already mentioned to you guys that Windows Viewer will communicate with the field. So those of you who are mechanical engineers, chemical engineers, they know that in the field we have different types of equipments. We have actuators, we have compressors, we have pumps, etc. So in order for us to be able to communicate or to retrieve data from the field, we need to store them somewhere. Okay, so for example, if we have a tank and this tank shows the level, so the level value, it's a value, okay? Let's say you are getting the percentage, let's say 90%. So this 90% should be stored somewhere. So actually, this is the role of the tag name dictionary. It is used to create tags in order to store these values. Not only that, so the tag name dictionary, it actually, you're able to create tags that are able to store and manipulate the values. Not only that, they are able also to specify, for example, the minimum, maximum ranges. You can here do the scaling because sometimes you are getting raw data from the PLC, so you need to convert them, convert the raw values to give you meaningful values, right? So this is also done through the tag name dictionary. Yeah. And here you can also configure your alarms, different types of alarms here. All right. All of these are done through the tag name dictionary. Now, it's very important to stop a little bit here just to talk about the different types of tags that we have. We have different types of tags. We have I/O tags, we have memory tags, and we have system tags. So I/O tags are the ones that you input output, meaning I/O input output. So these are the tags that actually communicate with the PLC that gets data from the PLC or third-party controllers. Uh, we have the memory tags. So the memory tags are actually an internal tag, and these do not acquire data from a remote source or third-party controller. These, for example, they can use to store the results of, let's say, a kind of script doing some mathematical calculations. Um, so you can do this calculation to a script, as mentioned earlier. So we need usually these tags, the memory tags, if we want to do something internal. For example, let's say I want an internal timer. How do I do that? I do not need to connect to a PLC to have my own timer. I need to create it, let's say, locally here. So this is why I need this memory tag to do these internal tasks. No need to connect to I/O devices to do it. We have also the system tags, or we call them dollar system, because usually if you want to differentiate between excuse me, between I/O tags or memory tags and system tags, you just have this dollar sign at the beginning. So when you see a dollar sign next at the beginning of the tag, then this is a system tag. So usually these are predefined tags. They come with InTouch, so you don't create them. They cannot be deleted. They cannot be renamed. So what do they do? So these system tags, they usually give me more information. For example, you can see here, I have the dollar minute, dollar month, dollar millisecond. So these will help me get or provide me with more information related to time, related to date. For example, you have some of them that supply me or provide me with details related to the security system. Let's say operator. So it will tell me the dollar operator. So it tells me which operator is logged in now to the system. Yeah, so that's it. Before jumping forward, I would like to tell you that these tags have types. So all these different the ones that we discussed, the I/O tags, the memory tags, and the system tags, they all of them have different types. They have either discrete, integer, real, or message. So discrete, it is a bool. It's either 1 or 0. The integer, it's an integer value. You have the message, which is a string type. of tag. So this is very important because you need to know, like, is this signal a discrete or an analog for you to move on. Okay. So pretty much that's it about the tag name dictionary. We're gonna take an example in the demo. We're gonna create together an IO tag later to see how it works and maybe check a few things here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Windows viewer gets data from field devices. So we need an I/O interface to do that. So how do we connect to third-party controllers or field devices? So let's start. So as mentioned earlier, the Windows viewer does not communicate directly with PLCs. In fact, what it does, it relies on something called access names. Uh, these access names, they are the ones that define the logical connection between the tags and the external data sources. So what are the most important parameters of the access names? The access name. So it has we need to specify the I/O server or the driver to which the access name should be connected to. Also, we need to specify the topic or device group or scan group. And finally, you need to specify the communication protocol. It's either DDE or SweetLink. So effectively telling InTouch where and how to obtain the data. So the communication between the Windows viewer and the I/O drivers usually occurs through a protocol called SweetLink. We can also use DDE, but we recommend using SweetLink because it's encrypted, it's faster. But DDE is a Microsoft protocol. You can use it. It's also a protocol used to communicate between protocol to communicate between applications. But this one, the SweetLink, is an AVEVA protocol. It's a TCP/IP protocol, client server protocol that ensures reliable data transfer, quality handling, timestamping, etc. So, so basically here you can see that first the Windows viewer through an access name communicates with the driver, AVEVA driver. We need to have AVEVA drivers. Not necessarily AVEVA drivers. We had a case where sometimes using SweetLink, you can connect to a third-party server that can speak SweetLink. For example, Top Server or Kepware. It does have this option to be able to speak SweetLink or communicate with this protocol. Okay, so that's the first part, the Windows viewer communicating with the drivers through SweetLink protocol. But then this driver itself should connect to the PLC and speaks the language of the PLC. So the driver here, what it does, it acts as a protocol translator. It maps the logical requests received through SweetLink into the appropriate dedicated protocol that are used by these field devices. For example, let's say you are using a Siemens PLC. So usually Siemens, they speak either Profinet or Profibus. So you need a Siemens driver to convert or to talk to those PLC. I will show you later a list of, we're not going to go into the depth of those, but I will show you a list of drivers that can be used here. And by the way, what's lovely about the software is that you can download it for free. It has, I think, up to, not sure, maybe 32 tags for free. You can download it. If you like, I can show you, maybe share with you a few links. Download it and test it. So, and you can simulate data. So it's not necessary for you to have a hardware PLC. You can, for example, use software PLC. Yeah, so it's very nice here. So no license needed to start a demo here. All right. Of course, there are some limitations for the demo, but it helps testing. It just for testing purposes, few tags only. All right, there you go. Perfect. So, I think, let me check the time. Okay, we still have time for the last part here before jumping into the demo. We're gonna go through now the most important part here, a little bit long, but I would like you to understand it because it's the most important part. Because actually, this is the part that allows you to build the graphical interface with the operator. If you don't know how to play around with these graphics, then you are not able to create a good, um, a good user interface for the operators to be able to operate. So actually, we have in for industrial graphics, we basically have two types of graphics. We have the legacy graphics and we have the industrial graphics. Now we advise or we could recommend using the industrial graphics because they are more vectorized. They are handled outside Window Maker. They are better. We recommend them. Inside the industrial graphic, it's are divided into two libraries. We have the industrial graphic library and the situational awareness library. And both of them, you can access them. If you can see here, you have the graphic toolbox. You can see here, and you have a sub tool set here. It's called Industrial Graphic Library and the Situational Awareness Library. So, so here you can create tool sets. You can create your own tool sets actually to organize the hierarchy of your graphics. And the nice thing here is that if you create, let's say, a graphic, you can embed another graphic inside the graphic. So you can use something called graphic assemblies or embedding. So why is this very important? Why is this technique important? Because basically what usually happens is that you have a complete line in your field, and it let's suppose you have a line, and this line contains pumps, valve, etc. So it would be much recommended to create individual graphics for each element. For example, create one graphic for the agitator, one graphic for the, let's say, the temperature, one graphic for the pump. And then what you do, then you create a new graphic and then embed everything inside to have a complete process. Right? So what you do here is that you create an entire process window by embedding or assembling those valves, pumps together inside a big symbol, which will represent the whole process. All right. This is called basically assemblies. That's what I highlighted on. Now let's talk a little bit about the situational awareness. So the situational awareness. Let us talk about why do we need them. So first of all, the situational awareness is inside the industrial graphic library. These graphics they work in a way that that address the operator and help him ascertain the current situation and make key decisions rapidly. So how do we do that? So for example, I'm not sure if you have seen an operator station. I will let you see the difference actually between two in a minute. So imagine yourself having an HMI that is full of colors. So you have a window, an operator or a graphic that is full of colors, red, green, blue, whatever. So now the operator, if he looks at that, he's not going to understand anything. So what if an alarm happens? How can I decide that this is an alarm? And there are many text elements that are highlighted also in red, which are not alarms. So how can I make him decide that? So this is when it comes to the choice to choose this library, the situational awareness library. So it is used to design to simplify this visual input. So the operation must process in order for you to take action here. So it does not allow you to put a lot of colors. I know because I have seen some customers, oh, the situational awareness library is very dull. It allows you only to pick only certain colors and so on. But this is very important because it allows the operator to have a very dedicated, a strategic look. So the operator's focus can be directed to the point in the process that requires immediate attention, right? So if you look here on this image here, for example, that is at the top, you have the inlet, the pumps. You see that you don't see a lot of colors, right? You just see that green color. But now if an alarm pops up, you're going to see it in red color. So the operator will say, oh, there is here a problem. He knows. But if for example that level indicator is also filling up in red color, then the user gets confused. That's why in the situational awareness library, they simplify using colors. You don't see a lot of colors here. All right. Very important. Now we're gonna focus a little bit to talk in 2 minutes about before jumping to the demo about the custom properties. So custom properties are the only mechanism for you to customize your symbol. They describe on how each part of the graphic is used. So they also define, for example, the value, the initial value, the starting state. So what are they used to? They are used to basically to extend the functionality of your symbols, and you can use them also in combination with InTouch tags, by the way. Yeah, you can also you can use binding with custom properties to dynamically change the reference of another custom property. I know it's a little bit complicated, but these extend actually the functionality of your graphics. I will show you maybe a couple of examples in our demo in a minute. The last part we're going to check is the animations. So animations, you can use animations to guide the runtime behavior and appearance of your elements. So you have two types of animations. You have visualization animations that allows you to customize the appearance of the element, such as visibility, blinking, the fill style. For example, the percentage of the fill style, for example, the value display, all of that. The second type of animations are the interaction animations that are specific to certain elements. All right. So interaction animations means how you want the operator to interact with those graphics. For example, a user input. He wants to enter, let's say, a number or something, or a set point. All right, perfect. So pretty much that's it for the presentation. I hope it was okay. Yes, so perfect. Can you still see my screen?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, Can you call your name, how it's been pronounced, so that I can call it
Uh,
properly?
you can call me Janine if you like.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
Janine. Okay, that's
Okay.
good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very insightful and very creative
Oh, thank you.
presentation. Yeah, thank you very much. So, before we get to the demo section or the demo part, I really want, if you have
Mhm.
any questions so that the participant can fully engage in this, if you have any question, please just drop it in the chat box. We're going to pick it up, and afterward, I will read it out. Then Jania is going to help us to address it. Thank you very much. So, Jania, you can go on. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Ugu. Is it okay to call you Ugu? Would be that fine?
Yeah, Ugo is very okay. Ugo is very okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, now let's start with the demo. Let's see. Okay. So I prepared here a machine. And this machine I have, oh, you cannot see my screen now? Because I think I need to maybe share I will reshare it again. 1 second. Okay, screen one. Okay. Oh, not sure if you can see it now, or maybe this one. Yes, can you see it now? Now, okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so I hope you can see it now, everyone. Okay.
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Yes, thank you very much. So now I have a machine here. I have already installed the InTouch InTouch package. So here, if you go to the Start menu, if you go to AVEVA InTouch HMI, this is where you're going to find it. You're going to see here many components, actually. Our focus here is the application manager. We've already talked about that. Let us open it. So first, okay. So as you see here, we have this is the application manager. From here, you can create a new application, for example. You have different types of application you can create. You can create a standalone native application, or you can create an InTouch standalone with the possibility of using industrial graphics, the one that we talked about. So I'm not gonna, if you like, we can do that, create a new one, but I'm gonna open an existing one. These are the demo applications. So you have two demo applications. So I did not create those. These are here by default. So you have a legacy application, and you have the one with that embeds industrial graphics. So you have here the possibility of starting either Window Maker or Windows Viewer, as you can see. So again, Windows Viewer is the one-time application where operators sits and operate, and the Window Maker is where you design their application as engineers. Before jumping in, I would like to show you some very important, nice tools. I would like to focus a little bit on the OPC configuration. Because you know that in the meantime, OPC UA is very popular. I know, I'm not sure if you heard about it. InTouch allows us to configure, or it can act as an OPC UA server. It supports, if you enable it, it can support encryption. So you can here create your security configuration. It uses the basic, this type of encryption, the 256 SHA, and it allows you also to create client access rules. So this is not part of our demo, but I wanted to just show you a few things here. So here, if you click on the web client, this is where you can launch your web client, or you can launch it from the start menu here. So you can start it from here, InTouch web client. So it's either using the application manager. You can, for example, choose one of those existing and launch them. You're going to do that later. And you can do a little bit of configuration, for example, about the graphic refresh rate, the alarm refresh rate, if you want to, for example, to allow anonymous access, if you don't have security configured, you can disable the header, etc. So yeah, here it's related to OMI. It's not part of this course, but it's operation management interface. It's another supervisory client. You can also work from open the viewer of OMI from here, but we're not going to do that. So, uh, I would like to show you a few things here. We can use also the db dump, db load here. What does that mean? Because sometimes, you know, that working with CSV files or Excel files are very easy and more efficient. So for example, instead of creating many tags in the tag name dictionary manually, what you can do, you can db dump. It will export all the tag name dictionary inside a CSV file, and then you can add using Excel with it's because you know sometimes using Excel it has those drag drop functionalities that are easy and more efficient, and then you can add more tags, let's say hundreds of tags using Excel, and then you can load them back. This is a very nice utility here. So pretty much that's it for the application manager. And then we're going to start now the window maker. So we open the window maker together. I will show you a few things in the window maker. We're going to create a tag. We're going to create some graphics together, show you some scripts, etc. here. Okay. So takes a little bit time to start. It's okay. So all right, here we go. So here, so once we start the window maker, it will show you the existing windows. So you can open them directly from here, or you can go back and then you will be here. So as you can see here, we have different types of windows. So you can create a window here. You can create either, as I mentioned earlier, a frame window. And remember that only frame windows are supported in the web client. And we have a native window. So if you create a frame window, for example, here, you can here, second. Okay, so you can create it here. You can go to the properties of that. You can rename the window. You can change the type of the window. I'm not going to go into the details, but you have many types of windows. You have a pop-up window, the overlay, replace. So what does a replace means? It replace means, for example, because you create many windows. So if a window touches another window or gets in contact with another window, if it's a replace type, then it will close the other window. I'm not going to go into the details of those, but it's good to know that we have different types of windows. You can change the size of the window depending on your screen resolution, etc. What else here? Size control. Yeah, so pretty much that's it. You can make it as a template. What does that mean? It means that you can create, when it acts as a template, then you can create many other windows out of that window. So you don't have to reconfigure again. So it acts as a template, and then you can create instances out of it. Great. So actually, this window is where you're able to put a graphic. So this one will host a graphic actually. So here you can create a graphic, or you can embed a graphic inside this window. All right. Okay, so here, not only that, you have so we have actually Windows and script section. You can see it here. You can create windows. You can create scripts. You have different types of scripts. For example, let us choose application scripts. So sometimes what would you like to do is you would like, for example, once the viewer is started, you would like to, for example, initialize some scripting, or for example, while it's running. So I would like to do some things while the viewer is running. So I can put the script here. So these are the predefined scripts for this demo application. Alrighty then. You can enable logging. So how do you enable the logging? If you go to configure historical logging, so you can here either enable logging locally, or you can connect to a historian node. So if you are using AVEVA Historian, you can enable the storage to historian here, and you can specify the node of your historian. Now, let me disable it. So here, the historical logging, what's the difference between this and this? Historical logging is because InTouch allows you to also historize, even though you're not connected to historian. So let's say you're not using AVEVA Historian. Well, how do I store? It allows you to create something called InTouch LGH files, which contain all the log data. You can specify also the directory where you want to store these LGH files. You can also configure, for example, languages. Here you can, for example, add your language. I'm not sure in Nigeria, what language do you have? Maybe Nigerian, right? And here, see, I'm not sure, what do you call it? Let me see if I can. Here you go. Igbo or Ibubu, something like that. Sorry about that pronunciation. But I mean, you can create different types of languages here. And what happens, because if you sometimes add a language, you can, your alarm commands. And so if you use, let's say, the alarm client, then in runtime, you can translate the alarm commands to your language. So operators can understand what this alarm means. Okay. So you can translate alarms actually. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do next, which is the very, very important, is that we are going to go to the tag name dictionary. So here we have then we're going to go to access names, everything we talked about actually today. So the tag name dictionary, this will allow you to create new tags, to select existing tags. So if you go here, select, you're going to see all the system tags that start with a $sign, for example, $date, date string, etc. You can create a filter, for example, to filter your selection. For example, you can create your own tag. So let us create a tag called, let's say, uh, pressure. So this will allow me to get the pressure from the field, right? And then the type is going to be, this is what I talked about earlier. You have either I/O or memory. Since I will be connected to the field devices, then um, I need to choose I/O. So here I'm going to choose I/O integer. So whenever I choose I/O integer, it will then allow me to, so you see the access name does not appear before choosing I/O. So the moment I choose I/O integer, then it will allow me to enter the access name. So here you have access names. These are the default ones. You have OPC, you have OPC UA, etc. So you can create an access name here if you want to click add, so you can create your own access names. Again, what's an access name? This is the the interface between the InTouch viewer and the driver, the OI driver. So here you need to specify the node name, so where your driver is running, because drivers are usually installed and you need to specify where they are installed, right? The node name they are installed. For example, a local host, because now I have installed them here. I will show you in a minute those drivers. Okay, so I choose local host because I installed them locally on this machine. Now, if I have another machine, then it would have been the name of that machine. Now, the access name, I'm going to call it simulator because we're going to simulate the data. Okay, so you can name it anything you like. It's just, this is the name that you use to represent this access name. But what really matters, what should be really correct syntax is the node name, the application name, and the topic name. Because if one of them has a syntax error or is not correct, then you cannot run or see data, right? So the application name, as I mentioned earlier, the access names connects to the I/O drivers. So usually I/O drivers are installed within the same installer as InTouch. It's actually you install InTouch using the system platform installer, and system platform installer usually contains the InTouch installation package and the OI drivers package. So I have installed it here. If you want to check how, you can go to the AVEVA folder under Start menu, go to Operation Management, and you go to Operation into Integration Server, and here you will find all the local drivers that are installed. So you have Ellen Bradley, you have TwinCat from Backhoff, you have General Electric driver. So each driver is dedicated for a PLC that talks its protocol. For example, in the case of Mitsubishi, you can use the MELSEC protocol to communicate with it. And each driver has its own configuration. So you need to create, for example, add a selector channel, and then you create your the TCP connection, etc., to your PLC. Right? Since I am very interested in OPC and OPC UA, so usually we use the gateway to connect to OPC or OPC UA servers here. Let me see if I have an example already running here. Yeah. Yes, I do, I think. Yeah. So here you can connect to an OPC server. Actually, I'm using here top server. You can see I have the top server or Kepware installed here. Okay, so I have this is a third party. This is not AVEVA actually, but we use it always to do some testing. So the gateway connects to this KEP server and allows you can here browse for the tags, for example. So here. Okay. If you like, maybe we can, what if we try to connect to that maybe during this remote session? What do you think? That'll be a good idea. So let's do it. Let's use now since Kepware here is running, let's do it together. So what we're going to do, we're going to connect now the InTouch viewer through an access name. This access name will connect to the gateway, this guy here, and the gateway itself will connect to the Kepware server. Right. Perfect. So let us do it. So first thing I need to do here, I need to go and create a device group, which is very important. This is actually the same device group I will use in the access name. I will browse for the data. So here I can browse. So what's inside? I'm going to use the simulation examples in that the OPC UA server, the Kepware. I'm going to add it to list. And then here, I will click OK. But you can see you have different types of data types here. You have integer, you have double, you have random 1, random 2, you have the ramp, which is type float, etc. So let us add few of those. We use the random. Let us add the ramp here. Let us add some float. I think this one. So we added a float, we added another float, or we need an integer. This one, I think. Oh, I already did it. Where's the float? Oh, let me remove this and maybe add. This one is a float. I need a double. Oh, here we go. Where's this double here? Ramp 8. Are we okay? So we added a double. We added, why are they all double now? Not sure why. Anyway, oh, I need to select from up. Sorry about that. Random 1, it's an integer. Sign 1, it's a float. And ramp 8 is a double. Perfect. So let's click OK. Then you're going to see them here, created here for you. Now I'm going to create the tag name. I'm going to call this, for example, anything. You can name here the item anything, but the item reference is very important because actually this is the item reference that should be connected to Kepware. Because this one should be the same as so here you have the namespace actually, and the tag inside your OPC UA. So here I'm gonna call this random 1. I'm gonna call, oh, sorry. Just for simplification, I'm gonna call this sign, oh, yes. Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened. Something happened. I'm sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Okay, that is perfect. So what I'm going to create inside, I'm going to create 3 now tags inside InTouch to connect to those tags. So I need to create ramp 8 and sign 1 and then the random 1. All right, let's go. So we're done now configuring the gateway. Okay, so we go back here, and what we're going to do, we're going to create the tag. Let me call it ramp 8. Okay. So which one do I choose? I choose the OPC UA, the one that I already have. If you want to see, you want to look at it, what is it? It's by default connected to the gateway, the local host, and the topic name is this one, which is the same as this one here. Sorry about that, this one. So the topic name here in the gateway should be same as the topic name here, right? Great. So click OK. I'm done now. So click. So here, after doing that, we need to specify the item. So the item is what you see here, the name. So since the name is the same, I will use this one. Use tag name as item name. So the ramp 8 is the same item name here, right? So yeah, so let me go to and change this to real, IO real. Where is the real, IO real? Yeah, okay. Save, must enter an access name for the tag. Sorry about that. Here we go. So save, and then create a new, we're gonna call this sign 1. It's actually the same configuration. You don't need to do anything. Use the tag names already there. Save, and then finally the random 1. All right, then, okay, save it. Okay, so now we're ready to test. But first, let us now we're done with configuring the tag, connecting the tag to the access name here, and then creating the access name, which is already there, but I showed it to you. So now it's time to create the graphics, our famous graphics. Great. So here you have the possibility to create your own graphic. So I'm going to create a graphic. I'm going to call it demo. So this is a symbol or an industrial graphic. Now you can use the situational awareness library. So for example, I can go here and embed another graphic here, and I can use either as I mentioned earlier, either the industrial graphic library or the situational awareness library. Going to use the situation awareness library. Let's do some trending. I'm going to use let's say, SA trend multi-pen, or you can use the single trend pen. Let's see. Hope it works. This one. Okay, so the second, what we're going to do is that we're going to configure this one. So we're going to here to change, as I mentioned earlier. I mentioned earlier, and I told you, maybe you won't understand what's the meaning of custom property, but actually custom properties, now you can see what it means. It is what I need to change here to be able to connect these to the tags or to configure this symbol. So for example, I need now the pen. The pen is usually, it shows the tag here. So I need to go to the browser, to the InTouch browser, and select, for example, the sinusoidal, sign 1. Well, where's the sign 1? Let me look for it. Oh, it's not there. Did I create sign 1? Is it saved or something? Oh, cannot see it. I'm trying to put SIM. It's not there. Anyway, let's use the ramp 8 since it's here. So ramp 8. So I'm using the ramp 8 here, the InTouch ramp 8 tag. And you can, for example, the fill color, you can make it green. The time period, this is 5 minutes. You can make it 10 minutes, for example. This is the time range where you want to make the trend, etc. So these are the custom properties that we were talking about inside the presentation. Okay, so now we click OK, and now we are ready to, we're done with this. Do you want to save? Click yes. And now, once done, we need to embed this to the industrial, sorry, to the window. Let me see here one thing. Properties. Let me see the size controls, not the size controls, title bar, frame style. Okay. Right. All right. So let's check in runtime what's happening. Go to runtime to see what's going on. Now, if you don't get a signal right away, we need to maybe troubleshoot to check maybe the tag viewer to see why I have no signal coming, for example. So all of this you can, so you see now I have something up here showing. See the data coming at the top? So it looks like it's working fine here. But I think that trend is meaningless, you know? Right? Because we need maybe to play a little bit with that, with the resolution of that. So let me do one thing maybe that will help a little bit with this. Let me go back to that demo and maybe let's create, for example, a like a back screen or something like this. Order, send to back. To look much better like this to make a background screen. And let's use another, maybe embed another trend. Let us use, for example, this beautiful trend here, the trend client. I would like to use it. It's very nice. So it's a .NET control. and my machine is hanging. Sorry about that. So let me configure that. So we create a pen here. Let me call it ramp or something, anything. Okay, so let's search for that. So here, which is the ramp? Ramp 8. Click OK. So here you can configure put the description. You can configure whatever. Okay, and click OK. Right, let's see. So now save it and close it. Let's hope it works quickly. Oh, because you need maybe it's maybe bigger than 100, so that's why here. See, maybe I need to change let me see, oh, the tag viewer. Let's see in the tag viewer what's happening. So this is the ramp 8. You can monitor it. For example, you can see that it's 169, which is obviously greater than 100. So what you need to do is I need to change the scale here, right? So you can see here the tag viewer allows me to monitor the tag, and it's a quality 192, which is usually good. So now I'm connected to the OPC UA server and can see the data in InTouch Windows Viewer. So I hope you're not bored, guys. So pretty much that's it for this session. Do you have any questions? Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much. I really
Thanks,
want to say,
welcome.
yeah, I
I
really
hope
want
you
to say
enjoyed.
thank you also. Yeah, I wanted to thank you also
Welcome.
to this participant. We started with 51 and we have 47. That's a lot. 48 now. So
Oh, sorry
that's a
about
lot.
that.
That's a lot. And everybody was very attentive, paying attention, and also adding their value. So thank you very much. Thank you for this. Somebody asked the question, how can someone get the software? First, I'm going to share a link on the screen so that you can just join our community from there. We're going to be sharing the software there. Then secondly is a survey document that has been shared also, a form that has been shared on the chat box. So please, it's also important that you also fill that out. So I have a question for you. Somebody just sent it, Dominic. If the internet goes down, does the system stop working or does it keep collecting data locally until the connection comes up? If I'm at home or on the factory floor, can I look at the screen on my iPhone or tablet, or do I have to be standing right at the control PC? So this is for you.
Excellent questions, actually. So first of all, it's mandatory that Windows Viewer should be running. But if, for example, if you want to use your tablet or your cell phone, there is another component called InTouch Access Anywhere. This will allow you to create a remote connection to the Windows viewer. So or you can use the web client, the one that I showed you earlier in the session. So what he can do, he can open his phone. He can open the web browser on his phone, any web browser. For example, if he's using iPhone, he can open Safari, or if he's using Android, he can open the Google Chrome. And when they open Google Chrome, what he can do, he can put the URL of course, he needs to have a public connection. So if he should put a URL, or if he's inside the factory using his local subnet, then or using LAN, then he can connect directly using this URL and through his phone using a web browser and connect to it. Or use InTouch Access Anywhere, which is a very nice tool. So used for thin clients. Ugo, I cannot hear you if you're saying anything.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for the feedback. And
Welcome.
I just wanted to also add that if you have any question, please drop it on the chat box so that we can pick it up and read. And it's very important that we have a very engaging section. But however, I've shared the community code, the QR code on my screen. You can just go through it and also try as much as you can to scan it so that you can join the WhatsApp community. I think that is where we're going to be having a lot of engagement. This is a series, so it's not just ending there. We're still going to continue. We'll be engaging with people. And also, I think if you have further questions, you can always ask and feedbacks will be given. Jamin is far away, but we can always reach her. I hope that's correct, Jamin.
Thanks,
We can always reach you. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure. Of course, definitely.
Okay.
You know my email. You can always reach out to me. You're welcome. I will be
Okay.
available to answer any questions.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So let me read this. Then I will read the piece I have here. Then we can conclude this meeting for today. Somebody said, thank you very much for this webinar. Thank you. You're welcome. I think that could be Oluwatosin. The
Oh,
current
thanks.
question is I'm currently studying petroleum and gas engineering, and I could follow the webinar to an extent based on the things I have been taught so far. I wanted to know if there are any course or certification I can go for to be able to use this software in the industry and get familiar with this thing. So I think that is one of the reasons, one of the vision behind this. The vision is for us to be able to meet young engineers like yourself, Oluwatosin, and engage at this level. You could see that we have an expert that is coming here to teach on this. And that is why we have the code on the screen. So you can just click on it, connect to the community, and we can engage further from there. So thank you very much. So I'll read a piece, and afterwards, we can call it a day. Thank you so much, Jamin. It was a very educative and a very informative presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
yeah, let me read this quickly so that we can call this a day and we can have other people do other things. So the purpose of today's webinar was to educate, inform, inspire, empower, and engage with the goal of empowering African digital future through unlocking global career with AVEVA technology. Over the past few minutes, a highly accomplished expert, Jani, had shared knowledge on state-of-the-art technology, how they are being deployed to enhance human performance for improved productivity and profitability. Today, AVEVA's ecosystem and solution is widely implemented globally in digitalizing assets such as refineries, manufacturing plants, oil and gas facilities, power plant, energy systems, marine vessels, smart factories, etc. Through digitalization and digitalizing, digital transformation and data gathering insight, infographics and visualization translate into better decision making. Today, millions of dollars is being saved globally through implementing digital twin for predictive or prescriptive operations and maintenance. Furthermore, some exciting careers include system integrators, IoT, OT specialists, industrial software engineers, data analysts, and AI specialists, digital transformation consultants, operations and system engineers, skills required technical plus soft skills. It is important to know that AVEVA makes this presentation and makes the presented solution available for classroom teaching and research. So we would be pleased to engage with the right persons in higher learning institutions such as universities, polytechnics, monotechnics, and technical colleges. So let me just emphasize that part. So we are open to collaboration with universities and also individuals that are very key in developing the skills. For us, we believe, like I mentioned when we started, that this is a very, very strategic vision for Dr. Ibilola and also for the Lunadec team. We believe so much, and we strongly believe that when we localize this skill set, we tend to make this software very well used by young engineers. It creates possibility for the future, especially globally. So it is very important that participants tend to scan through code that is being on your being on your screen, so that we can have a community where we can interact, we can build conversations, and we can also solve problems, because it's very critical that we also engage locally. I believe, like I mentioned before, that Jameen she's very available. If we have a challenge, we can all discuss it. And like you could see, this is a series. It's not like we're ending this today. We're still having an event of this nature tomorrow, and we're still having next tomorrow, and we're still having till Thursday. And I believe this is continuous. So it is something that is critical for us. And we look forward to having a very robust community of engineers, universities that are very critical and very passionate to making sure that we have an engaging future where AVEVA solution is adopted and used widely. Thank you very much. I really want to say thank you to the panelists, and also I want to say thank you to the participants. It was really, really exciting having everybody here. We'll be having this section again tomorrow, and we'll be meeting another expert that is going to be engaging us. And I look forward to meeting all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ugu. Thank you very
So
much.
tomorrow
for
is
this
by
session.
11 a.m. We're having our section by 11 a.m. tomorrow, and we hope to meet you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So you also need to register also, just like you did today. So we're going to have a kind of a reminder that will be sent to every participant today. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Danny. Thank you.